There's the building in the summer, shirt sleeves. It was a tatty old building. From day one, we were absolutely inundated. I did 15 or so clients in that one morning, and that was fairly routine for everybody that did it.
Landlord's agent harassing tenant into leaving flat.
Emigrating to Australia. Wants to know if he can return if he doesn't like it.
Had hair permed yesterday. By the evening it was straight again. Can she get her money back?
There's Linda, looking exactly the same.
There was a great sense of commitment amongst the people who worked there. And I think we were all very committed to the concepts that lie behind CAB, and that is of independence and impartiality and confidentiality.
The volunteers that were there right in the beginning were very, very nice ladies. I would describe it as pearls and twin set. My job at Citizens Advice was a typist. I was presented with a pile of paperwork, which I waded through in the 2 hours, went home and cried, didn't realise that they'd saved it up for weeks on end, and that probably would have lasted me a week.
We really never knew what people were going to ask us when they came in through the door. It could have been anything.
A tenant can't get his deposit back.
A family given notice to quit, what can they do?
My very first client was a lady who was suffering from racial harassment from the next door neighbour. And I thought, wow, we're straight in at the deep end here.
There was always a queue, usually with people with lots of bags, with letters that hadn't been opened, and they really wanted someone to hold their hand and to work through and almost get an action plan.
I always felt that the essence of what we did was to give people information.
I felt I was achieving something and helping people who were either worried or stuck, nervous, whatever it might be, that they had a problem and how on earth could they solve it.
Dangerous sockets hanging off wall in rented flat. No action by landlord.
Will they be evicted from their furnished bedsit if they have a baby?
People needed to know whether they were in a good position to stay in their accommodation or whether their accommodation was insecure.
Housing has always been a big problem because housing encompasses everything. And there was a big shortage, so landlords could take advantage.
First home was in Low Ashton Road in Bristol, and I only had it by chance. The condition was damp, it was dark, it was dirty, everything seemed to be very unclean. There was no bathroom, there was no inside toilet, and everything kind of upside down, and I thought, am I in the Great Britain I heard about so much? And I thought, well, you got to see it to know it.
There were 5 rooms and 5 different nationalities living. Each one had a room. There was no bathroom, and we had to be using the same toilet and the kitchen, the sink, all 5 of us. I resigned myself to be in one room, but I think I cried for 3 months. Non-stop. I bought a big basin and I used to bath in there, make my husband do my back, and it was terrible, terrible.
When I bought my own house, that was heaven to me. And when you own something and you believe it's for you and your family, you're very proud of it, especially if you're a loving and family-orientated person like I was and always will be. I felt very proud of it.
Oh, you feel liberated. I feel, well, there I am. I'm in a decent place now with my children. I could sing. I haven't got voice to sing, but I love singing. I felt like a queen.
Could you tell me if you're making any New Year's resolutions this year?
Yeah,
You are? Can you tell me what it is?
packing up smoking.
Yeah, you were the
Yeah.
second one this morning. They said they're
Oh.
going to pack up smoking. But you're smoking now, aren't you?
No.
No? Oh, it
No.
must be the cold air.
It is.
Have you already packed up, or are you going
No,
to wait till
I'm going to wait till tomorrow.
I didn't give up smoking. It didn't work out like that. Just a little advice to the young'uns. Don't do it. Listen to my chest and my cough. I was born and brought up in North West. And I've lived here all my life. And I wouldn't even move anywhere else now. I wouldn't move out of here. For the family, this is their own. Everybody comes here, oh, if the washing machine have broke, ma, do this washing. Tumble dryer, dry this washing for us. Sunday dinner, there's about 18 of them. They all gather here Christmas. This is the main place to be.
I would say in the last 2 to 3 years, I have seen a radical increase in the complexity of the problems clients come in with. Consumers are faced with tougher choices about what to spend their money on, how to spend it, and less money to go around. If one's money doesn't stretch far enough, there has to be a choice between, do I spend it on my rent, my essential bills, and go without food, or vice versa?
People get very frightened by the letters that they receive and don't realise that actually there is help out there for them.
I'm a benefits specialist. That means I get to meet people who are terrified because their money has suddenly stopped. So they come to us terrified that they won't be able to pay their bills, leave alone their rent. Sit down in front of us, tell us your woes, and we will tell you how to address them.
One of the things that clients told me was that sheer lack of having a roof over their head made them incredibly vulnerable. Most of us, when we go home, we kick off our shoes, we chat to our family, and when you haven't got that sense of being somewhere safe and almost where your soul is in your home, creates a lot of really good feelings. When you haven't got that, you are more vulnerable than you will ever be in any other part of your life.
My landlord asked me to leave, and I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, really. I knew if I find a house the size of my house, and would be a lot more than what I was paying, $750. Plus the deposit and the agency fees, the month in advance and everything. I would need probably around £2,500, and I didn't have that money.
With Bianca, it took some time to peel away the layers and separate out the different issues. The most pressing issue at that time, I felt, was moving her off to somewhere where she could be secure and stable in a new home.
The Citizen Advice Bureau is such a big help. It's a lot of support in all the directions. It's so nice because then I feel relieved. I feel relieved. It's like oh my God, someone is here to help me.
We put together the evidence for her and we presented that to the council, who at that time luckily accepted that she was a priority need case, and then things started to move after our involvement.
It's such a relief that, you know, we'll have an affordable place to live. I know my son will have a place. I know he can have sleepovers with his friends. I know will be the place that he will grow up. I know I will bring him up in that house. I can live in there, I can foster in there. I think it will be my house forever, I hope so.
To finish off, I'm going to read you a little poem, because I'm always writing little poems about things. So I thought I'd write a little poem about the house. I've lived in this house for 31 years. We've had lots of laughter, but plenty of tears. The kids have grown up and flown the nest, but they ain't gone far from Norwest. The street have changed and the neighbours have moved on. It's sad really, because all the good ones are gone. My daughter's next door, so I just got a call. Meals on Wheels, I shouts over the wall. Well, there's good and bad wherever you live, but Norwest got a lot to give. I wouldn't move ever again. I'm here to stay and here I'll remain. My girl's got a hubby and my boy's got a spouse, but they'll always remember this is their house.